Alright, sup everyone? Today we're going to have a quick look at the Canon 50mm f1.8 Mark II. That's this lens here in my hand. Alright, that's that. Let's do a very quick 360 view of that. That is the front element. Alright, so first let's talk about the build quality. Right, so the build quality of this lens is, in one word, cheap. It's very, very flimsy. Like when you hold this, it feels like it's gonna crush in your hand. It's that flimsy, but everything is made out of plastic with the exception of the glass, obviously. Right? So if you look all the way around, everything is plastic right down to the camera mount here at the back. It's pure plastic. Right? But it's not really. I know it's cheap, but if you take good care of your equipment, this thing will last a very long time. This lens sells for around $100 to $130 depending on where you go. This is actually one of the sharpest lenses that I have in my collection of lenses, even sharper than my kit lens in fact. I have a few pictures that I collected that were taken by this lens, and I will post those pictures later on after the video so you can see them. Trust me when I say that this lens is very, very sharp, especially when you dial down the aperture to maybe 2.8 or something. The pictures come out really nice. So even though you're only paying $100 and you're getting a cheaply made lens, the picture quality that comes out of this little thing is very, very nice. Which is why people call this like either fantastic plastic or nifty-fifty. One other good thing about this lens is that this lens opens up really wide, up to 1.8. So this is very useful in low light photography when you really need to get as much light as possible, maybe because you don't have a flash, don't want to use a flash, or you're not allowed to use a flash, then f1.8 is really beneficial for you. And having that kind of aperture for a prime lens for the price again of $100, it's really something. It's very good. The only thing really, like a few things that I don't like about this lens is the fact that the lens only has 5 aperture blades. So what that gives you is that basically like the bokeh, whatever you call that thing for out of focus, is sometimes pretty harsh because of the fact that this only has 5 aperture blades. But once again, everything goes back to the price. It's $100. You can't really complain much. The autofocus on this lens. The autofocus on this is obviously for this price range going to be motor driven. So there is no USM in this lens. The focusing is pretty fast actually. It's not that bad, but the only problem is that it's very loud when you're autofocusing. There you go. So as you can hear there, the autofocus sound that this lens makes is very loud. But once again, everything that I say in this video will go back to the price. It's $100. You can't really complain much. I'm just saying it for the sake of saying it because it's an issue, but it's not really something that will break the deal. And just one more thing, if you're going to use this lens on a crop sensor camera, much like this Canon Rebel XS here, or maybe a 50D, 60D, or even the 7D, basically cameras that have crop sensors, you should know that the sensors have a 1.6 crop factor, meaning so the 50mm when used on a body like this is actually going to be more like 80mm, and many people think that that focal length is actually close to portrait photography, and many people use this lens for portraiture. This can also be useful as a walk-around lens, you know, street photography. But in my opinion, I just think that the 50mm is a little too zoomed in for street photography. So that's that. This is the Canon 50mm f1.8 Mark II, and that's our quick review. And just following right after this video is going to be just a few of the pictures that I took with this lens here. Alright, that's that. Thanks a lot for watching.